Prince William's biggest fear about Kate Middleton finally revealed. The world thinks it knows this story. A future king, a future queen, perfect smiles. But here is the shock. Prince William's greatest fear was never scandal, never betrayal, never the crown itself. His deepest fear was losing Kate long before the world ever noticed what she was quietly carrying. From the outside, their life has always looked carefully balanced. Tradition on one side, love on the other, cameras flashing, children waving, duty fulfilled. Yet behind palace walls, William has wrestled with a fear so personal, so human, that it shaped nearly every major decision he has made since Kate first entered his life. This is not a story about drama for headlines. This is a story about protection, about pressure, about a man raised by loss, terrified of watching history repeat itself. William grew up learning one brutal lesson early. Love does not guarantee safety. His mother was adored by the world, yet deeply unhappy behind closed doors. Diana's vulnerability was public, dissected, amplified, and ultimately weaponized by a system that offered little shelter. William did not just witness that pain. He absorbed it, and it became the blueprint for what he vowed would never happen again. When Kate Middleton entered his world, she was not born into royal armor. She was normal by royal standards. Close to her family, emotionally open, strong, yes, but not hardened. William saw something rare in her. Someone who could survive the monarchy without losing herself. But that hope came with fear. Because if Kate broke, it would not just be personal. It would be his failure to protect the one person he loved most. Early in their relationship, that fear already surfaced. The attention on Kate was relentless. Photographers outside her home, stories dissecting her weight, her clothes, her silence. William watched it happen and recognized the pattern. The same hunger, the same intrusion, the same slow erosion of privacy. And insiders say this was the first moment William truly panicked. Not outwardly, not publicly, but internally. He questioned whether loving him would cost Kate her peace. He questioned whether staying would harm her more than leaving. This fear is what led to their temporary breakup. Not lack of love, not uncertainty, but fear that Kate would suffer the same fate as his mother. He stepped back because he believed that was the only way to give her a choice. A real choice, free from pressure. Kate's response changed everything. She did not collapse. She did not chase him. She did not beg. She held herself steady. She leaned on her family. She lived quietly, and in doing so, she showed William something he had never seen before. Strength without spectacle, resilience without rebellion. That was the moment his fear shifted. It didn't disappear. It evolved. William realized his greatest fear was no longer losing Kate to the pressure. It was losing her sense of self because of him. When they reunited and later married, this fear followed him into every stage of royal life. He watched how Kate adapted. How she learned. How she absorbed criticism without responding. How she smiled through pregnancy sickness, exhaustion, and relentless scrutiny. And every time she did, it reassured him. And terrified him. Because silence can be strength. But silence can also hide strain. As the years passed, the responsibilities grew heavier. Children arrived. Expectations multiplied. William stepped closer to the crown. And Kate stepped deeper into a role she never asked for but fully accepted. The world praised her composure. Insiders watched William's eyes, always checking, always scanning, not for cameras, for Kate. Those close to the couple say William's biggest fear crystallized during Kate's most difficult moments. When she struggled physically during pregnancies. When cruel media narratives resurfaced. When comparisons to Diana became constant. William feared not that Kate would fail the role, but that the role would slowly drain her. He knows what emotional erosion looks like. He lived it as a child. This fear explains why William has quietly reshaped how they operate. Fewer interviews, tighter control of the children's exposure. A slower, more deliberate royal pace. Every decision rooted in one question. Is Kate protected? Even when tension surfaced within the royal family, insiders say William's loyalty never wavered. Because his fear was not about hierarchy. It was about survival, emotional survival. Kate became the stabilizer not just of the monarchy's image, but of William himself. She is his emotional anchor. The one place where duty does not lead. And that is precisely why his fear runs so deep. Losing Kate emotionally would mean losing the one refuge he trusts completely. Recent years intensified this fear. Health scares, family fractures, a monarchy under pressure. Each challenge reminded William how fragile even the strongest people can be when expectations never stop. And unlike Diana, Kate does not rebel. She absorbs, she adapts, she endures. That endurance worries William more than open struggle ever could. Insiders describe moments when William pulls back from engagements not because of strategy but because of instinct. He watches Kate's energy, her posture, her eyes. He notices what cameras miss. Fatigue that cannot be spoken. Pressure that cannot be shared. This is the fear he never voices publicly. That Kate will give everything until there is nothing left for herself. William's love for Kate is not dramatic. It is protective, quiet, almost vigilant. He does not fear scandal. He fears silence. He fears the slow wearing down of the woman who holds his world together. And this fear has reshaped his vision of the monarchy's future. He does not want a crown built on sacrifice without care. He wants a partnership that survives emotionally, not just institutionally. Those close to him say William often thinks about timing, about pacing, about how to modernize without pushing too far, too fast. And always, at the center of those thoughts, is Kate. Because if Kate falters, everything falters. The irony is that Kate herself does not share this fear in the same way. She believes in service, in duty, in resilience. She draws strength from structure. But William sees the cost of that belief more clearly than anyone else. He remembers his mother smiling while breaking inside. And he refuses to let history repeat itself. That is why, when people speculate about tension, distance, or change, they often miss the truth. What they see as caution is protection. What they see as control is fear born from love. Prince William's biggest fear was never losing Kate to another person. It was losing her to the role she stepped into for him. And as the future approaches, that fear will continue to shape every move he makes. Not because he doubts her strength, but because he knows strength, when taken for granted, can become a burden too heavy to carry alone. This is not a story of weakness. It is a story of devotion shaped by loss. A future king trying to protect the one person who makes the crown bearable. And the truth is simple. William does not fear being king. He fears being king without Kate whole, protected, and still herself.